All right, so let's kick into this morning's topic, which is when you are sick, should you exercise and sweat it out, or should you rest and recover? It's that time of year, and there are a lot of people who are sick, and it's crazy because I swear every year it just gets worse and worse. This year, I've noticed a really bad strain of the cold, right? So it's not really flu that I've come into much contact with, but it seems to be a really bad strain of the cold. So I hope that, if that's you and you're feeling down and out, then today's session, today's message should really be beneficial for you. All right, now the first thing to really understand about exercise is that the purpose of it is to stress the body out. All right, and especially when it is in relation to your health goals, if they are to get your body fat down. All right, because when you create stress in the body, it'll allow the body to trigger growth hormones to recover you. All right, so when you add a little bit of stress, a little bit of stress is good. All right, so when you add and trigger a little bit of stress in the body, it makes us stronger and therefore triggers fat-burning hormones or growth hormones, same thing. All right, so, sometimes when we think about it in this way, we think, well, more exercise, therefore, should be better, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. So let me kind of give you the bigger picture. We're going to use props again because they seem to work really well. This is not a sippy cup. This is your stress hormones. Okay, so let's say this is your stress hormone, and exercise triggers it. All right, to come up high a little bit. All right, now that's okay. Now that's okay because afterwards, what happens is that it triggers your body to produce growth hormone. Okay, and so when you're producing growth hormone and other growth hormones, your body will fat burn. Okay, so that's great. But in an unhealthy body, all right, so when you're sick, in an unhealthy body, you are already producing more stress hormone than usual, okay? So where you may produce it here and then exercise takes you here, all right, you can recover from that. But when you are already here because you're sick and then you exercise on top of that, it takes you here, afterwards, the benefits of exercise you will not get. It will not stimulate recovery hormones because these are too high. All right, and what happens when these get too high, right, when stress hormone gets too high, is that it actually suppresses your growth hormones and fat-burning hormones. It actually suppresses them. Isn't that crazy? So when these get to a certain point, these get too low. All right, so you will actually benefit more from being onto it with your diet, right? Being onto it with your food and giving the body what it actually needs, and let your focus become on getting stress hormone down. Okay, so when you are sick and your stress hormones are sitting just up here a little bit, actual fact, your focus should be on what can I do to get these stress hormones to sit a little bit lower. Okay, because when that happens, you'll actually get more benefit from that and in terms of fat burning even while you're sick. All right, that shouldn't be your intention to be fat burning when you're sick, but it should be your intention to get cortisol down, and as a result, as these stress hormones come down, you can actually still have lost some body fat even when you're sick, right? So that's an important concept to understand. Now, which exercises are going to be beneficial when you're sick? Because what we really are looking at here is the effect that it has on stress, all right? The effect that it has on stress and therefore your body. Now, a lot of studies are showing that prolonged exercise, right? So prolonged exercise at a intensity where you're puffing and puffing, okay? So where you're panting quite heavily, and we'll call it vigorous exercise, over a prolonged period of time actually suppresses the immune system. Right? Even when you're healthy, it suppresses the immune system. So a lot of endurance athletes and people who like to do long distance running and long distance biking, if it's vigorous and at a rate where you are huffing and puffing, it actually depresses the immune system for up to 72 hours. Okay, so in a lot of situations, what's real common, and I found this especially when I was working in the area of sports nutrition for quite some time, is that post these events, they'd get sick. All right, post these events, they'd get sick. And so the immune system depressed for 72 hours means that you're then susceptible to infections, and if you are around someone who's got a cold and you could normally fight that, you're more likely to get it if you're into that kind of exercise. All right, so that kind of exercise, that long, and if you really like to run, if you are training for a marathon or a half marathon or any kind of endurance event, then you definitely want to not be doing that when you are sick at all. Regardless of whatever you have coming up, it will trigger way too much stress hormone, and it'll be more trouble than it is actually worth. You won't even get the benefits from that training session anyway, because these growth and recovery hormones will be so suppressed that you won't actually be able to recover from it. Okay, so it's important that you get that. Now, studies are also showing that short vigorous exercise does not depress the immune system. It actually increases it. Okay, so even in a healthy body, all right, short, vigorous exercise actually increases your immune system, all right, so increases growth hormone as well, all right. Now, it's interesting because in a healthy body, when your stress hormones are low, all right, and then you do a short, vigorous, like high-intensity exercise session, it'll bring your stress hormones up, but then afterwards, what happens is that those stress hormones come right down as they are suppressed by growth and recovery hormones. All right, excellent for fat burning, and it increases the immune system. All right, so over a period of time, if about 3 times a week has shown to be the most effective, do short, intense, high intensity exercise sessions, you'll get more benefit from keeping cortisol down and stress hormones down, and growth and recovery / fat burning hormones high. Okay, you actually get more benefit from that, and it'll increase your immune system, right? So that overall it keeps you healthier and able to fight off infection. Okay, it's something that I really had to learn as being a mum now, not getting that full night's sleep. I used to be someone that trained real hard for years, and what happened there? Sorry about that, guys. We had a bit of a trouble with connection. It's raining quite heavily. But yeah, if you are someone that doesn't get very good sleep, then you would have been in the same boat that I was. And when you don't get good sleep for whatever reason, whether it's young kids who are not sleeping through the night, or or sick kids, or when you look at whatever it is going on in your life right now, whether work is really intense, or perhaps you have a deadline that's due, then stress levels where they might normally be sitting here, all right, with whatever's going on, might be causing your stress levels to sit just a little bit higher. Okay, when they're sitting higher, that long, vigorous type of exercise, and even the shorter, high-intensity exercise sessions will not benefit you, because your stress hormones are just sitting higher than usual. Okay, so let me just kind of round this off so that it's real clear. When you are sick and your stress hormones are sitting a little higher than where they normally would, your focus needs to be on getting your stress hormones down. Okay, if you can do that, then your growth and recovery hormones / fat burning hormones will stay sitting up higher. Okay, when you are looking at how to improve the immune system when you're not sick, then shorter, more vigorous exercise will, in the short term, increase your stress hormone, but then straight away afterwards, when you stop, will come down and be suppressed, and therefore growth and recovery and fat burnings will be high. Okay, will be high. So that's the message for today. I hope that you really got some value from that. I hope you really got that if you are sick, what to do. In actual fact, here's what you can do. All right, if you are someone that loved exercise and you want to keep on top of it, or just keep on top of the habit, here's what you can do. Here's what will really benefit you. Go for a walk. Okay, so go for a walk or a swim. All right, but it's a little cold, and you don't want to catch a chill. But if the pool is heated, and outside in the air inside is heated, some of them do that. Went to one last week. It was pretty awesome. I didn't even know that they did that. Must be for the kids. Then that's okay. If you like to get outside and you like to cycle, those types of exercises are going to benefit you when you are sick, provided it's not for a long time, and provided that your heart rate is not high. Okay, so it's very, very moderate, at low intensity, and it's really just about moving your body. So it's not a workout. Okay, it's just moving the body, and doing that in amongst the fresh air. That is one thing that will actually help get those stress hormones to sit a little lower. So I hope that you got some value from that. That's it for today, guys. Join me tomorrow at 8 o'clock. If you reckon that this was really beneficial, as I see some hearts popping up, thanks for the hearts, you guys. If that's been beneficial and you want to share, then the way that you can share this message is to swipe up or swipe to the right of your screen. And when you do that, it'll give you the option to either share to your other Periscope followers, all right, so whoever else is following you, or it'll give you the option to share on Facebook. And on Facebook, then a little message will come up and it'll give the header, the title, and then if someone's interested, they'll click on it. So, this is a really good message, especially at this time of the year. So if you benefited from it, then feel free to pass that on to others. If you've got any specific questions, you can reach out to me through my website. That's www.generationhealth.co.nz. That's generationhealth.co.nz. Now, a few of you have been inquiring online about about my group coaching course, which I'm going to be starting in September. All right. Now, I have not finalize the details about that yet. I will do that because I've had some inquiries. It's really put a rocket underneath me. So I'll make sure that I get the details out there on the website, and then you'll be able to click on that information and find out what the details are going to be. It's going to be starting in September, and that's an online group coaching. All right. Have a great day, you guys. See you tomorrow morning.